This is and how can things fall apart? There's so many ways for this to fall apart. I mean, so many ways for it to fall apart. Here we have this story. This is by Mike Shedlock. Smart guy, good analyst. Brace for impact. Italy poised to launch euro parallel currency. They want to go back to something other than the euro. And then you say, well, whoa. Italy's going to stop using the euro? You mean, are they going to stop paying their debts? The ECB wants to fine them $3 billion because they have too much 3 billion euros because they have too much debt. And, the new administration over there is saying, we're not going to rule Italy on our knees. They also were asking about their gold back, Italy. And then all of a sudden, bam, they want to have a parallel currency where you'd have to have gold to back it now, wouldn't you? That's what all that's about. They haven't settled that question yet either. I mean, where is Italy's gold? They are the number 3 or 4, I can't remember which, holder of gold. Do they still have their gold? Do they still have most of their gold? Do they still have any of their gold? But back to this, and this is a scary thing. This is in Mike Shedlock's story. The German central bank has warned that it could face heavy losses if a major country leaves the euro and defaults on debts to the European Central Bank system. Yeah, I say this is yet another way for the whole global financial system to come down. And then take a look at that statement about defaulting on their debts or leaving, and then look at that statement in reference to Brexit, the UK leaving the European Union. And they're fighting tooth and nail to keep them. And I think the EU is really shaky and heavily debt laden. And if you take a look at the biggest country in the EU, and even France, if you look at France and Germany, France has got debt problems too, but there's, as Shedlock said, there's, one set of rules for France and Germany and a set of rules for everybody else. But look at Deutsche Bank stock, which is in Germany, the supposed engine of the European Union. It's down to 675. It shot up past 7. And then with all this run up in stocks with the, oh my goodness, they're going to cut rates, it's fell back to 675. Now, part of this might be because Venezuela, I mean, when it rains, it pours, just defaulted on $750 million of gold-backed swaps at Deutsche Bank. So they didn't need that. They also supposedly had a stress test in April. And the question is, did Deutsche Bank fail its stress test? Now, why do I keep harping on Deutsche Bank? Well, it's because the IMF called them the most systemically dangerous bank in the world in 2016. And as Charles Nenner says, it's not just Deutsche Bank. There's many others over in Europe that are just as bad. The one Roach theory. But Deutsche Bank has trillions of dollars in derivatives. I don't know, some people say 30, 40 trillion. Trillions. I mean, a huge number of huge amount of leverage. And how would that all pay off? Well, it wouldn't. You'd have bankruptcies and credit seizures and failures and defaults, and people say, Germany won't let them fail. The ECB won't let them fail. Well, okay, at what cost? And what's the reaction to that? And what about all the other banks that are pretty horrible too? And the answer is there's a lot of ways for this to go sideways. A lot of fingers to stick in the dikes to keep the holes from springing. At some point, you run out of fingers, and some water, hits you right in the face, and all of a sudden, this hole becomes that hole, becomes that hole, becomes, you're done, you lost it, right?